Hello and welcome. This is Mr. Siege, and today I have something pretty amazing to show you. Something that many of you wouldn't actually believe. What if I said the engineering pair of Baba and Garjamada could actually beat all of the best 1v1 pairings in Rise of Kingdoms right now? I think you wouldn't believe me, but we did some tests in the last KVK and they're looking really, really positive. But now back in Home Kingdom, we can actually do proper tests where there's no crystal tech and we can get a true result. Now, I know 1v1s don't really matter in a normal fighting KVK scenario, but this is just for test purposes. So today you will see me duel Huo Nevsky, Huo Belly, Liang Hermann, and of course, Gorgo Liu Che. And you've seen that equipment on Gorgo Liu Che I just showed you in the background, and Huo Kabing, a lot better than my equipment. Wait until the end of the video to see how me with my siege equipment actually performed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy the video. So I'm starting this video off against what I believe is the best 1v1 dueling pairing in the game. That's Huo Kabing and Nevsky. Now this pairing is an absolute machine and it just slays on the field. It really, really does. I've seen some fantastic reports, almost as good as some of the siege reports I get. Now, we've gone with absolutely no equipment or armaments on this one. And we just want to get the fairest possible dueling result as we can. And honestly, it's pretty close. Closer than I thought. I thought I could have won this by a bit more. But as you can see, 24,000 to 27,000. Now, yeah, that's fairly close. Fairly close. Now, don't forget, I have duelled this pairing plenty of times in the past. I did try it with Baba and Gonzalo de Cordoba, but honestly, Baba Garjamada does work so much better. It's so strong. The health bonus is just ridiculous. It's 30% from Baba and 40% from Garjamada. And this March is just so tanky. And yes, I've won against this pairing in the past before, like I'd said, in KVK, but I want to see what it was like in Home Kingdom. Now, we're going to put some armaments on, which I think would be my best armaments, or at least I thought they were. And obviously my best equipment, which I know which my best equipment is, of course. And we're going to do the test again. Remember, I will only hit when he's next to me. I'm not going to hit as he's coming into the circle. So this is basically a pure 1v1 duel. So I did go into the yellow first this time. Huo is definitely looking like he's on top. And obviously I'm in the red again now. Huo Nevsky's in the yellow. Obviously we do need to show you the equipment that Huo's actually packing today. You did see it at the start, but we'll show you again. And this time it was a defeat. And 27 to 23,000, or 24,000. Still not too bad. Now, I had a bit of a fiddle around with armaments, so I'm putting all just my best siege stats on. Now, I have got 2 legendary inscriptions that I was using in that duel, but the siege stats on that equipment isn't as good. So I will show you that equipment in a minute, but this is now the armaments I'm going to try this time. And I said, come on, let's just do it once more. Now I've changed my armaments. Again, put Garjamada secondary. And we'll just see what sort of results we get from this time. Now let's take a bit of a look at Huo's equipment and armaments. So I see he's packing a horn and a ring, which of course is great. He has got better accessories than me. I would love a horn and a ring too, but unfortunately I've got the immolating plume, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and obviously the dagger, which is good, but better for long-range fighting. Now let's compare equipment. I'll stick my siege equipment up here, which only has 2 crits on. He's got 4 crits and also some iconic tier upgrades. So his equipment is way better. And let's take a look at his armaments. He's got 6 inscriptions, one of those being a rare inscription and some decent stats. Well, you see my armaments now. I've also got 6 inscriptions, but they're all standard ones. But let's see how we can do now. So we're going to try again, obviously. I'll hit him. It's a little bit further away. It's a bit slow to react, Seajar, when you're actually hitting initially. But as you can see, we got him into the yellow or orange zone first, so it's looking a lot better now. This shows the difference that just swapping around a few armaments can actually make in a battle scenario. And yes, we have got the win here. So that's really nice. And again, 25,900 to 34,500. That was quite a massive win, to be fair. And again, we're using T5 today. Can have a look at the stats. Cavalry-based stats, quite high, 28 stats on there. And I've only got 26. His are obviously more on the health side, where mine's on the base attack side. So that could benefit him quite a bit, to be honest with you. If I'm dueling this close at melee range, then health stats probably more important. Obviously, generally I prefer higher attack stats because you're firing at range. I'll just show you quickly which armaments we switched over from. So these are what I had before. So I had about 24-25% of stats with 2 legendary inscriptions and 2 normal ones. Decent inscriptions as well, the others are. So yeah, we've got drilled and sharpshooter. And I thought these were really strong. But these are clearly performing better, actually. So we could have to do a bit of, we might have to do a bit of swinging around when it comes to KVK. Maybe this set might have to go on Margaret to do the higher damage at long range. Now, Drope has done a bit of a sneak attack on me here. I have to attack him slightly before he hits me so that we hit at the same time. But obviously I wasn't paying attention. And if he gets these extra few hits in before I even respond, it makes a huge difference to the battle. And as you can see, even with those inscriptions and armaments and the equipment, he does come out on top and beats me this time. So here I took 27k severes to his 22k. Yeah, that hurts. So always pay attention when someone's going to attack you. So the last test I wanted to do against Nevsky, which I believe is the best one-on-one, strongest march in the game, is attack it when it enters range. As soon as it gets into range, I'm launching those basic attacks. And as you can see, my rage bar is actually gaining a lot of rage here. And before he's even, well, just about when he touches me, my active skill's going off. Now that makes such a big difference. If you can get an active skill off first, they're basically wrecked. So, yeah, we know now Nevsky have no chance. We've seen before that even with that equipment on, Baba, Garjamada are stronger. So now let's take a look at the results from this one. 25,000 to 37,000. And of course, it's just what we expected. So the next test, the new Belisarius Prime. So Drope MZ, thank you for doing this, will be using Huokabing, Belisarius Prime, and let's check out the results. It's looking very close so far. Now we know we beat Nevsky, but can we get the same success against Belly? And yes, I think we can. It's looking very, very promising here. We'll have a look at comparing the results as well, because I wasn't sure who was actually better to pair with Huo. Is it going to be Belly or Nevsky? Not 100% sure. So we've got 23.4 to 28.2 in terms of severely wounded. I had 35k remaining. Let's have a look at the first result when we also had no equipment. Again, this is no equipment, by the way, guys. We did take equipment off. 24 to 27k. So honestly, not a lot of difference. Yeah, Belly, he definitely isn't any better than Nevsky. He's possibly on par. Tell me what you think, guys. I mean, I don't know a lot about Cav, but for me, I'd say he's on par, really. So now we're moving on. I'm going to do a couple of duels with my good friend, Mr. Shelby. Again, thank you so much for doing this with me. I know it may have cost you some resources. It also cost me some resources, guys. Don't forget that. But it's all for fun. It's all for you guys, just to show you how strong siege marches actually are. So Mr. Shelby has got Zhuge, Liang, and Hermann Prime maxed expertise, as you can see here, and he's got his full march coming in. Now, do you think we can beat this too? I can honestly tell you, this is no problem for Baba Gorge Armada. Now, as I've tested in the past, cavalry just seem to be the hardest kind of troop to fight against with siege. I don't know what it is, because at the end of the day, all troops counter siege. Again, you can see we've got no equipment here. Liang, Hermann have got no equipment either. And neither of us have got armaments, as I explained before. And check out the results. So this was an easy win, 22k severe to 40,000. And honestly, Shelby couldn't believe I didn't have any equipment on. It was that clear cut of a win. So now we're going to fight Gorgo Liu Che, who many of you think is the strongest dueling pair in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, I can tell you, it certainly isn't. Baba Garjamada is a massive notch above the rest. Let's see how this battle ends up going and check out the results. Again, entered into the orange/yellow zone early. Gonna show you again, guys, we've got no equipment on, and that's the same for Gorgo Liu Che, but they are no match for Baba Garjamada. And Shelby has a few things to say about that. But, you know, it's all fun and games. He wasn't expecting it. 19,000 to 34,000. Again, absolute clear cut. And you may ask, why am I using extra troops? And I'll show you the reason why. So in the talent section of Engineering Commanders, we get this talent, Strength in Unity, which gives us an extra 3% unit capacity. Really nice. Now this battle, we have got full equipment and armaments. Now, you've seen Shelby's infantry equipment. It's absolutely insane compared to my siege equipment. Now, we know the siege equipment does get better stats, and in turn, when you crit siege equipment, you know, you get even more stats added onto that. But I did not expect this result. It's insane. We still hammered. He's not happy again. Gorgo Liu Che, 19.7k to 31.7k. That's absolutely huge. And look at this equipment. It's ridiculous. It's all fully crit, including ring and horn, and there's a ton of iconic level tiers on here. Imagine the amount of materials and blueprints gone into this equipment set, guys. It's really no wonder I quit investing in inventory and focused on siege, because honestly, it's just totally OP. And let's check out his armaments. So he's got really decent armaments too. He's got what, 20, 21, 22% stats, a 1.7% all damage, legendary inscription, and obviously 2 normal inscriptions here. Yeah, could be improved a bit more here, to be honest with you. But honestly, that should be a really, really strong march. And I know it is a strong march. Mr. Shelby does fantastic in our KVKs. And I can tell you, he's severely annoyed about this. At least I hope he is. So guys, there you have it. The strongest 1v1 march in Rise of Kingdoms just has to be Baba with Gorge Armada. Unbelievably, guys. A march designed to fire at range. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you stayed until the end, don't forget to throw a like on the video and subscribe to me, Mr. Siege. Cheers guys, and bye bye.